Okay, welcome back to the channel everyone, and today I'm going to be unboxing and giving you my first impressions of the Earfun Free Pro 2. So these have come in, Earfun have sent these in for my review, and I basically couldn't wait to get my verdict out to you on these, because these are highly impressive, guys. These are the real deal. I've had these for a couple of days now, and I mean, you know, you talk about an upgrade. These guys are the definition of a good upgrade. This is a solid upgrade, people. Anyone who had the original Earfun Free Pro would have known, you know, I've got these here. You would have known this is a solid pair of true wireless earbuds. However, they were an incomplete product, in my opinion. So these are fantastic for sound quality, but they were just missing that really good kind of transparency and ANC mode. But here we have it. We have an almost complete product, I think, here from Earfun. And I'll be honest with you, Earfun have got a track record now of bringing us some great value. I don't think they've ever released a bad product. We're straight on the back of the Earfun Air Pro 2, which, you know, was again, I've got these here. I did a review on these. These were another solid product from the company. So you know, it's almost like they're competing with themselves. You know, they are now one of those companies. They're up there when it comes to budget true wireless earbuds. They're well and truly up there, in my opinion. So I'm really excited to share this with you today. So it's just going to be a really basic kind of unboxing. I've had these for a couple of days, like I said, and you know, I'm going to give you my initial verdicts basically. So let's have a look at the box then. So specs on the back. I mean, it's a nice box as always from Earfun. I think that the key upgrades really are you've got the new, I think they're calling it Quiet. Let's have a look. It's the new hybrid active noise cancelling Quiet Smart 2.0, which is a much improved implementation on the active noise cancellation. So you're basically getting what you got with these guys. So that's cancelling noise up to 40 decibels. The drivers are 6mm, which is fine. You're getting 6 microphones now, so you're getting better call quality, and obviously that helps with the transparency mode as well. And I'll talk about that in a minute. 30 hours playtime in total. So 6 hours on the buds and 24 hours of the charging case. IPX5, so that's the same as the originals. Wireless charging, as we had with the originals. Single earbud mode, which is again no change, and the touch controls are almost identical, but yeah, there's just a couple of changes in the scheme of controls there, but all in all, they are pretty much the same. So let's have a look inside. So the box is nice and compact. Here we have it. I'll be completely honest, I think the design of these is absolutely awesome. You know, it's, look at that, just incredibly compact, isn't it? I mean, you know, there's absolutely nothing to it. So, you know, not only are they really small earbuds, the charging case, I mean, look at, they've managed to really sort of reduce the size there. Really impressive, and it just looks smart, doesn't it? I mean, the colour, the sort of titanium colour, reminds me a bit of the Java Elite 75Ts. Lovely colour there, and they've just kind of smoothed off everything. So they've smoothed off the charging case and they've smoothed off the buds themselves. So yeah, like I say, the only difference is going to be with the battery indicator. So gone is the kind of traffic light system that they had before, and we've just got a single white indicator light, and basically that's going to start flashing when you get under 30%. So yeah, so for me that's a bit of a downgrade, if I'm being completely honest. but not a deal breaker, is it? It's just slightly less indicative of the battery, unfortunately. Let's have a look at the buds then. So yeah, I mean these are just, they're just fantastic looking, aren't they? I mean that is just, you know, you don't, when it comes to a colour scheme, I mean that is, you know, I mean I'm a big fan of sort of matte black, but this is just the next level. This just looks premium, doesn't it? So we've still got the tip and wing design. So I'm on the mediums. I'm on the mediums for the ear tips and for the wings. But yeah, so pretty much, let's just, if we do that side by side, let's have a look. And just seeing there's another question in the chat, and I'm going to come to that just in a minute. So side by side, yeah, so it's basically the same sort of body, but they've just rounded off the outside there, so it's identical in terms of size, really. I think my preference, you know, I think the only advantage of the old style is that you've got a very defined kind of touch area there. So I have had a couple of issues with the touch controls on the new ones, where trying to change the next track, which is a triple tap on the right earbud, and I've just found that hasn't worked all of the time. Whereas with these guys, you've got a nice kind of, you know, surface, so you know you've kind of hit it. You know you've hit it because it's nice and flat. Whereas on this, I think what I was doing is maybe hitting it a bit lower down. So not 100% accurate in my testing, but no, not a problem, not a problem. So there we have it. There's the difference. So yeah, really smart. You know, it's hard to sort of argue with what they've done with these. They've basically taken a great product and I think made it almost perfect. I'm going to talk about the why I don't think it's quite perfect just in a minute. Let's just see what else we've got in the box. So like I said, it's quite premium. It's a bit of an upgrade on the last box they did. I quite like the way they've done this with the large sort of box that houses everything. Let's just have a quick look to see what's inside. I mean, there's no surprises, but what I would say is there's two things that I really like. So the first one is going to be the fact that they've put the ear tips in I mean, okay, plastic waste and all that, but that's nice, isn't it? That keeps them nice and safe. And then they've also included, which I think is something really cool actually, is a cleaning stick. So, you know, really important, isn't it, to look after your tech products. So they've included this, and they've got a little bit of a guide there as well as to how to go about that. So that's also the charging contact. So obviously over time you are going to find that those will wear down, but I think the crucial one is keeping an eye on the kind of the earbud grills, because obviously, you know, earwax and stuff's going to get in there. You've got to keep them in good shape if you want to keep that good performance. So we've got those in there. We've also got your interchangeable wing tips. Now interestingly, you can actually go for an option where you just literally have this sort of effectively no wingtip. I've tried that and I just don't find it secure enough, so I'm on the mediums. I think if I use them for running, I'm probably going to upgrade, change out to the large ones just to get that added security. USB-C cable inside. Let's see how, because sometimes you get these sort of tiny cables included. Let's have a look at this one. So it's decent enough. It's not the longest one there. You can see it's sort of, yeah, medium, not too bad. But obviously you've got wireless charging on these, so I won't be using that at all. What else have we got? Obviously the usual customer care leaflet. And here we go. We've got the manual. Now I'm just going to focus for a minute on the controls, because I just want to highlight you've got everything except for track back. So, you know, personally, it's not something that I'm going to get too upset over. Some people I know really sort of miss that when it's not there, but you've got to remember you've got your low latency gaming mode here as well. So one of the controls you can see there is taken up by the gaming mode. You've obviously got the ability to change between the 3 modes, which is transparency, ANC and off. Now that brings me to my first sort of slight con with these, and that is the fact that you are getting, in my testing so far, a very slight, and I'm talking about marginal here, EQ shift. So basically I'm finding that with the ANC turned on, I'm getting a very slight bass boost, and I'll be honest, I'm not too bothered about that. That's kind of, you know, if you want a bit of extra bass, then you know where to get it. You don't need any extra bass. I'll make that completely clear. These are completely and utterly Basshead certified. They are complete bass cannons, but they've got that crystal clear high. They've got the nice mids as well. So just something to watch out for. I do think it's quite minor, and I'll be honest, I haven't had many pairs with ANC that haven't had that sort of slight EQ shift. It's really hard to avoid when it comes down to the way that they manufacture these. It's really hard to avoid. So just putting that one out there, but you're going to have to decide, is it worth the upgrade? For me, and I'm going to talk about the performance around the ANC and transparency, that's the thing that makes these worth the upgrade. So you've got your real sort of strong upgrade on noise cancelling, because these guys, I mean, these didn't do a lot of noise cancelling really. I would say that when you had normal mode on and then you changed to ANC, I think, you know, you could hardly tell the difference. You know, it wasn't a great feature on these, but on these you've got the full business. You know, they're basically the same as the Air Pro 2s. Really decent, you know, what you expect at this price range. You know, it's not your Sony or your Bose, but you've got some decent reduction in the low frequencies and a bit of the mid frequencies as well. Not a huge amount of reduction when it comes to any sort of high, you know, voices, high pitched sounds, but really decent for the price. But the massive upgrade is transparency mode, and it's actually blown me away. It's absolutely superb. It's actually probably the best transparency mode that I think I've got in my collection. It even beats the Liberty 3 Pros. It's just cleaner. It's got hardly any white noise underneath, which I think that's the biggest accomplishment here. It's a really good implementation of transparency. So, you know, the only thing holding it back is that lack of an app. If it had the app, it would have brought it up to, you know, the sort of levels we're talking about with some of the Soundcore products when it comes to customization. But the performance speaks for itself on these. You know, I really recommend these highly, because I think at the price you can get them at the moment, which just having a quick look, so you've got a $79.99 sort of official price, dollars that is, on the Earfun site. But with coupon codes, and if you check out the description box below, you will see there's some links in there, some affiliate links, along with a discount code which will get you up to 25% off. So check that out, and you can get these on a real good bargain. Now you can probably get the originals even cheaper now. I think you're getting sort of closer to 40 sort of pounds or dollars on these, which again, it's still a really good deal. You know, these guys are bringing a lot. They're bringing you know, fantastic sound quality. They're bringing you know, some level of ANC and transparency, albeit fairly basic. You've got wireless charging. You've got kind of acceptable call quality, but it's certainly nothing to write home about. But as an all-rounder, you know, it's the sound that you want to buy these for. And that brings me to the sound quality. So I've sort of talked a little bit already about that. But the key point to make here really is that the sound quality is pretty much as it was with these guys. So you're still getting a really good dynamic sound. You're still getting that V shape. You know, if you like your sort of bass boosted, then this is what, you know, this is what you can expect from these. And overall, it's a fun sound. You know, it's a really kind of engaging sound. It's great across the genre set. You know, I can enjoy these with sort of EDM, house music, as much as I can enjoy these with indie, alternative, sort of, you know, classic pop and rock. They're really, really versatile in that sense. Now, it's interesting when you compare them to these guys, because it's again, it's a really good kind of comparison. It's a slightly different product. It's, you know, again, it's a fun product. It's feature packed. But what I would say is, I think on these, the sound quality is just a little bit more refined, but you're not getting the same bass response. So these guys, you know, I mean, for me, just take these out, you know, it's a quick comparison. Completely different bud, isn't it? You know, it's sort of chalk and cheese, really. You've got your sort of stem style. Yeah, I really like stem styles. Some people don't like it. I've got the spin fit on there, by the way. So this is the CP 1025, which I had to use because I couldn't get on with the ear tips that were in the box. I just found that they didn't give me a good seal at all. But yeah, some people just don't go for the stem style, but it's something that I find really comfortable. I find it really secure for running, for activity, and I don't generally kind of, you know, I don't generally go for the bud style as a preference. But with these guys, because they're so small as well, you know, you can't kind of guaranteed a decent fit with these. You can see there that it's quite deep. So again, I did try out spin fits on these, but overall, this medium size that I've got installed was the best fit for me. You can see that it's quite deep. It goes quite far into your ear canal, but because it's so small, you can just adjust it and just get it to rest quite nicely. You've got the larger wingtip if you need to use it, but you know, you're guaranteed a good fit with these, you know, certainly if you're someone with smaller ears. But when it comes to sort of side by side, you know, which one should you go for? I think it comes down to, you know, what you're using them for, because I think these are sort of best suited really to, you know, exercise, sort of, you know, out and about, you know, grabbing these. I mean, look at the size of that. You can just chuck that anywhere. Jeans pocket, you know, small pocket in your bag. You can even carry it. It's tiny, isn't it? Whereas this is you know, it's a bit of a chunky one really. You've got wireless charging on board, but these kind of were a bit more of a sort of home listening option for myself. The soundstage is definitely better, but you know, you haven't got that sort of super boomy bass. The bass is there, don't get me wrong. You know, it's got a decent amount of bass. Check out my full review if you want more of a sort of in-depth look. But I sort of use these at home, whereas these will be the ones that I've always got on me. You know, I've got them in my coat pocket. You know, they even fit under you know, it's getting into winter over here at the UK. They'll even fit nicely under a beanie, under a woolly hat. So you know, it's a great one to sort of grab and go. But all right, you know, they're all great options, aren't they? You know, you can't really argue too much with the value you're getting with Earfun. So that's how it's looking. These two are the sort of the sort of premium products in the lineup. You know, either of these you're going to be winning, you know. But that's pretty much going to be it for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll just sort of finish off by saying that these are a great pickup. You know, highly recommend them, particularly at the discounted price. If you can get it in the next couple of weeks while the discounts are available, then you know, I recommend you do so. Check out the details box below, the description box below, should I say, for the links and the discount code. Check out all of my other videos if you have chance, particularly the Earfun Air Pro, which is, you know, again, a really good product. But that just leaves me to say thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. This is a call quality test with the Earfun Free Pro 2 in an indoor environment.